Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Haddie and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Haddie's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation, which is very little with Haddie, that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Haddie is going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session tomorrow. Now, Haddie's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first very simple but hard to teach exercise that we're going to be demonstrating is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and with a dog like Haddie, this is an exercise in self-control. She's to stay right next to your left leg when you're walking, and when you stop walking, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So everything with Haddie is about self-control, focus, maturity, attention span, all of the things that she had absolutely nothing of when she came. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. This is an important exercise because, again, it develops her self-control. We're going to recommend that you practice this indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds and work up to 3 minutes. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her. She should remain seated until he gets all the way back to heel position, and he gives her the heel command again, and she gets up and starts to walk with him. So every time you return back to that heel position, she expects to get another command. Nice automatic sit. She is keeping her shoulders even with his left leg. Nice automatic sit. And then a stay. And just this with Haddie, just this much control with her is excellent. Now she got up, so Fred told her no. He gave her another stay command, and he backed away from her. He's going to call her in out of this exercise, and she does come in and sit, so she's not jumping all over him, but this is really hard for her. Every exercise that she has learned has taken Fred a long time and a lot of patience, because she'll go along doing really well, and then all of a sudden, and I think we talked about this on the phone, she loses her focus and she gets all crazy, but it's less and less. So we feel as though if you keep this going at home, this is going to be your key to having a nice, relaxed puppy. It makes her think. It makes her listen to commands. It gives you a positive way to interact with her. Just remember on your come to command to keep it very low key. And the nice thing is that even though she does skid in, she skids into a sit. So that's a very good thing. And that will get better as you move forward. She's doing very nice heeling and very nice automatic sits. She is focused on Fred for the most part. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down and stay. Now, your long down stay is longer than your sit stay, but I still want you to start out at only about 1 minute and then work up to 5 minutes, and do it by seconds a day. When Fred returns back to her on this command, he walks all the way around her, just as he did on the sit stay, returning back to heel, and then he tells her what he wants her to do. He only uses her name on the motion exercises, so just remember that when you're telling her to down or stay or sit, you're not using her name. And it's a lot to remember. That's why we give you this video, so that you can study it and practice at home. So again, he's going to take his left open palm straight down toward the ground, down and stay. And if you notice, he doesn't squat down or get down in her face. He corrects her for licking the ground, but that's difficult with these sporting dogs. Fred will quietly call her out of that down. There you go. I'll make her come all the way in. Very good. So far, so good with Miss Haddie. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is probably the most difficult command that she has learned here, and it's hard for her, is the down from a distance. So Fred leaves her in a sit-stay. He walks out to face her. Go only about 3 feet from her. Use your right hand to give the command and give her the down. That was really good. That was really good. Now, we have demonstrated for you all of Haddie's formal obedience commands. She's a challenging puppy. She's still got a ways to go with maturity and learning to behave for the family. We've enjoyed having her, even though she is challenging, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.